Haven't you heard about the word? Everybody knows that the word is the word. And that's what we're going to be looking at right now. What is a word? And I'll explain how this ties in to our databus. Okay, you know what a bit is. You know what a byte is. It's 8 bits. Now, a new concept for you to know is that you can actually have something called a half word, which is basically 2 bytes, or 16 bits, which is 2 bytes. You can also have a full word, which is 4 bytes or 32 bits. So whenever you think of 32 bits, you can start thinking it's a full word. Okay, that's just the terminology for it. Now, how does this link in with a databus width? Well, it's simple. I've just told you what a word is. Now, there's an agreed length. Let's say the CPU or the system has an agreed length, so there's a handshake done, of the length of a word, a defined length. And let's say in this case, we're going to go with our 32 bits. It's agreed because the problem is, folks, that what I've just told you about these two things, full and half word, there's not an agreed standard, so different people have their own versions, if that kind of makes sense. Everyone knows that 8 bits is a byte. That's been agreed by everybody around the world. But words is different. So in our case, we're going to have an agreed defined length that a word is 32 bits. It can't be more than that. And the CPU transfers data via a word, via the databus. So let's imagine that I had 32 bits. That'd be 32. Why? I can't be able to draw that. It's agreed. That's the typical length. However, what you need to be aware of is that imagine the CPU had to deal with a program which was requiring 64. Our bus can only deal with 32. So what will happen is half a word will be taken the first journey and the other half will be taking the second journey. So we'll have to make 2 journeys to the CPU and back, or from memory to the CPU. So I'm going to say it again. There's an agreed length of a word, defined length, and that's important because it helps the CPU give or group to the databus the defined amount. If it kept changing, the databus wouldn't be able to keep up. So the databus can fit, in this scenario, 32. That's agreed. Let's take it off. So the CPU knows how much the databus can take. It's not dynamic, it's static. So the CPU then will group it based on that 32. So if they get instructions and they get a problem which is requiring 64, the CPU knows, uh-oh, databus isn't big enough for that. So let's make it 2 journeys of 32 instead. Ideally, the bus width, which in this case is 32, should equal the word length from the instructional data, ideally.